We's about to geek out.
We's about to geek out.
It's like
So
gonna geek out among most of us.
Oh shit! Yeah, I am.
this first one is the saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode continues into 2, as in more than one, not new Halloween films.
God damn the
2.
power of fucking money.
2 more films are coming out Halloween series.
Maybe.
That's all right.
Zoom in and read that, because normally
Yeah,
I
Master-
I mean, it looks
contrary
like very complex to me, but
Do you know what?
contrary to popular belief, I did not pull this.
Nope.
Do you know what'd be
Right.
awesome at the end of the last one, as Michael Myers kills the last person, whatever he does, he pulls off his mask and it's actually Michael Myers underneath of the mask. That would be
oh my
great.
god! But it's Michael Myers as Austin Powers, so he just starts like doing all Austin Powers quotes.
I'm pretty sure that would kill Bran. Like it was like
It just he pulls it off.
You just
And then he
came
has
up with
it-
the
It's
most
just
nonsense.
Mike Myers.
You just came up with the most nonsense bullshit I've ever heard.
He pulls off the mask and it's Mike
Welcome
Myers
to the
as
Halloween
Austin
series.
Powers. And he goes like, "Do I make you horny, baby?" And then the fucking thing ends. Just dead cut right there.
And then I have an aneurysm and die right in the theater.
Like, after half.
Oh, we would read that on Geeking Out, so that's fine.
Man,
For those wondering why Bran's not here, fan dies during Halloween ending.
the fan was
Oh my
known for
gosh.
doing a minor podcast on YouTube for a while. Anyway,
Yeah.
'cause-
Started bleeding from the eyes.
so Master
Yeah.
of Horror John Carpenter executive produced and served as creative consultant on this film, joining forces with cinema's current leading producer of horror, Jason Blum. Get Out, Split, The Purge, Paranormal Activity, inspired by Carpenter's classic filmmakers David Gorson Green and Danny McBride. Crafted a story that carves a new path from the events in the landmark 1978 film, and Green also directed. So they're trying to like tie up loose ends, it sounds like.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to tell you exactly what they're doing. I don't think they expected this series and its, I think, 11th overall installment to make $355 million. Like, for a fucking slasher flick, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, from my understanding, they're going to be filming them back-to-back and releasing them a year apart. So, honestly, like, I think most people know I'm, like, a big horror fan. So, this was probably one of the better Halloween movies since the 80s. So I'd say justifiably so. If they can bring that cast and crew back together, they could probably make a decent flick, probably make some decent money. And what the fuck is it, by the way, with comedy guys transitioning over into like horror here recently, like Jordan Peele and Danny McBride, and then not only they're doing it, but they're doing it successfully. It's very strange.
Well, think of Kevin Smith and Red State. Red State was pretty freaking good film if you hadn't seen it, and he customarily does nothing but comedy. But Red State was very jarring and extremely unnerving for me, at least. But I thought it was that. I dare say it's probably one of his better films. Is Red State?
He made a really fucked up horror movie called Tusk. I don't know if anyone's ever seen
I
that.
was about to bring it up. Yeah.
Oh, I saw that recently.
God,
That
I
movie's
don't know how I
fucked.
feel about it.
That movie is
Speaking of-
fucked up.
Yeah.
You're watching it, and there's parts that are funny, and you're like, I should not be laughing at this. What kind of person am I? So it's just like, oh my god, I
Well,
left
just-
that going, I don't know how I feel about myself now.
Just the way it ends. Just
Yeah.
Here,
That's such a sad, depressing, weird ending.
Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
you're right.
Speaking of Kevin Smith, they're doing a Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Have you
Oh,
seen the
yep, yep.
trailer?
Yep.
I saw the
Nope.
trailer. It looks
Excellent.
fucking great.
I love him. I love him. Oh my god.
It's jarring
Yeah,
how differently they look now.
yeah.
Yeah, because Jason Mewes is an old former drug addict, and Kevin Smith lost a fuckload of weight.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. But I think comedy writers and directors probably have a good sense of how, if they can make you laugh, they can probably terrify you, because there's a fine line between comedy and horror. And so it's like
Sure.
you can either make jokes about the scary stuff, or you can go on full on with the scary stuff. So I think there might be something to comedy filmmakers being able to actually tune into, scaring the crap out of people, because they joke about it all the time anyway. So
It's resulting in pretty positive financial and critical success. So, hey, fuck it. If it works, it works.
Kudos, man.
Yeah.
yeah. I really enjoyed the heck out of Red State, and that was what I actually got to see it when he took it on tour through the U.S. That was the first time I met him. Was in New Orleans. Went and saw Red State there, and one of the things that he said is when he was making it, he wanted to make each scene like if you were putting a tack in somebody's chair. And like, okay, you put one here, and then you just flip the chair on, and then you get a new one, and it's like a different feeling of uncomfortableness. And so he was steadily increasing that level of being exceedingly uncomfortable and unnerving at the further along you go. So he was constantly flipping it throughout the whole time. And it was awesome. I'm like, gosh, well, you did a good job there, guy. And I asked him, because when I met him afterwards, I asked him, I'm like, at any point were you sitting there thinking, wow, I'm like freaking myself out over how messed up this is? And he's like, yes, the whole time. There you go. At least I know I'm not the only one that feels weird, because I'm picking that up. So I imagine he probably felt the same way when he was making Tusk, of just how unnerving and weird and messed up it is. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It's a good tension builder.
It is. It is. He's really good at that.
Yeah, well, Cop Out sucked.
I liked Cop
Well, they can't all
Out.
be winners.
I liked it. I thought it was
I just have to be a contrarian at one point and offer up the one bad Kevin Smith movie, to my knowledge anyway.
What was new? Wait, Jersey Girl. He said a lot of people hated Jersey Girl, and I'm like, I liked it. It felt like she's having a baby a little bit, and it was like, that's exactly what I patterned it after. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Yoga Hosers didn't do so well either.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well,
and
let me put my daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter in as many movies as humanly possible. They're in this reboot too. They were in the trailer. So yeah.
I mean, Tim Burton been putting his wife in everything for fucking ever. Like, fuck it.
Or Rob Zombie.
Difference is Sharon Moon's actually a decent actress. If you give her the right source material.
Yeah. Her ass crack makes a cameo in every Rob Zombie film too. Subsequently,
I ain't complaining.
I'm not. I'm keeping tally. What are you talking about?
I don't watch a lot of horror anymore, but there is like one horror film I watched just because it freaked out Rob Zombie. And I'm like, I have to watch this, and it was the I believe it was a Japanese film called The Audition.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
I'm like, and Rob Zombie's like, this movie severely freaked me out and just disturbed me beyond belief. I'm like, wow, messed with Rob Zombie. I have to see this. And I'm like, yeah, I've watched it once. I'd never need to do that again.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Rob Zombie, they're doing he's doing another movie to follow after Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects. Yeah. 3 from Hell.
It's after.
He also got kicked out of a music venue because people thought he was homeless.
I buy that.
Oh my god, yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and he's
buy that.
it was a heavy metal show too. I'm like, he's like a living heavy metal god. Like, how do you not know what the fuck that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't listened to the album,
putting out albums again, people don't remember who the fuck he is.
Was it Music for Americans to Strip To? I think it was called.
Yeah.
The one with Living Dead Girl on it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And who who doesn't remember playing fucking who doesn't remember playing whatchamacallit,
I
Twisted
think
Metal with
Hellbilly
all the Rob
Deluxe was
Zombie.
like Hellbilly Deluxe was a good album.
It's pretty good.
He's just like every other act from the '90s. They're really not that
And
good
then when
anymore.
fucking Edge had his theme song as fucking
Yes, good wrestling reference. Squirm, Billy Squirm, never gonna stop me.
never gonna stop. No.
During WWE
yeah.
indie phase,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and like
I-
Marilyn Manson did the SmackDown theme and shit. Yeah.
Yep.
I have to say, I've thoroughly enjoyed Dave Grohl as the devil in the Tenacious D film. That was great.
That was
Just like
pretty
him.
good.
Enjoy Dave Grohl in general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dave,
Dave.
Dave
That's
Grohl
perfect.
fucking volunteers being a drummer all the time for just random bands.
Yeah.
My
fucking amazing.
favorite Dave Grohl
also-
quote is talking about like getting money from like Nirvana and everybody else like being concerned with this, that, like cars and all that. He's like, oh man, I can get a new grill.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's adorable.
How do you not
He
like
owns
that
a
guy?
house. He owns a house in my area,
Oh.
like the town over. Like
Oh,
he
shit.
bought a house in Delaware. That's where him and his family vacation at.
I like how we were talking about this earlier. We literally started from fucking Michael Myers and ended up on Dave Grohl. I love the show.
Well, have you seen his interview where they're talking about him being a rock star? Where they're like,
I don't know.
he's like, I'm recording $1 million album, but my kids will come out and like, I want a milkshake, so I have to go and stop doing what I'm doing and make a milkshake because I'm a dad first, a rock star second. And I'm like, I love
That's
that
cool.
Yeah.
I'm saying like anybody else that breaks their leg during a concert over.
Well,
Fuck that. Not
did
Dave
you-
Grohl.
Did you see the concert
me
where
in a
the
wheelchair.
power went out and he was just like, fuck it, and then just
Yeah.
started playing the acoustic guitar and just started screaming it, and the fans started like, I fucking love that dude.
I loved it. I love when he was trolling with his band when God, he had heard that Westboro was going to picket their concert, and they're like, you know what, forget it. And then they come out on like a flatbed, start playing, wrote a song about how much they love being gay, and just in the middle of the town square, just playing away. Homosexuality is awesome. It's like, oh, whatever, it was amazing. I love Dave Grohl so much.
Congratulations, Westboro. You just played yourself.
Put a quarter in your ass, bitch.
Oh, it's great. I love Dave
What
Grohl.
up next? Are we doing that
What up next?
Spider-Man thing next?
Yeah, that's what this one is.
Oh fuck.
Spider-Man.
This is hilarious.
Thing.
It is hilarious. I will grant you that.
Oh, yeah.
So, Nebraska City explains its public art shows Spider-Man hands, not devil horns.
Fucking
Oh my fucking god. The webs
Yep.
are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know
It's even
what?
got the middle
I don't
fingers
expect
pushing
much from
down.
Nebraska.
It gets better.
And I don't
Oh,
apologize
Lord.
to anybody from Nebraska who
How
might be watching.
does
No,
it?
you know.
What the hell is this stupid thing doing? Alright.
There you go.
Of course it gets better, right?
Oh yeah.
A woman
Of
in
course.
Lincoln, Nebraska is fighting the city over what she says is a sculpture depicting devil's horns at the Lincoln Children's Zoo. In a written complaint to Lincoln Mayor Larian Gaylor Baird, the woman demanded the city move the sculpture. Quote, "It's a sculpture of two hands open, painted black and red, and formed into devil's horns," the complaint reads. This is anti-Christian and demonic and completely inappropriate and offensive to place in front of the children's zoo and the gardens where couples are married.
Oh, wow.
A city
Where's
official.
the Church of Satan when you need him?
Oh yes, where are they? That's a good question. The city official.
Where's them to bring in just a Baphomet statue and plonk it down?
Right. Lynn Quinzer responded to the concerned woman via email to explain that this isn't a city issue and the sculpture is just one of 50 installed throughout the city for a charitable cause, according to CNN affiliate Lincoln Journal Star. Quinzer said the 6-foot Spider-Man hand sculpture is part of the Serving Hands Lincoln Public Art Project, sponsored by Campus Life, a ministry of Lincoln Youth for Christ. That's the zinger right there.
Spider-Man's the devil.
Yeah.
to be erected
Literal
in
Erected.
for the purpose of funding a ministry. So that's pretty wild stuff.
Spider-Man hands. The devil.
Oh my goodness! Just imagine if they had erected a Hellboy statue.
Yeah, or like
Oh my
Spawn or
God.
Hellboy or something.
Oh goodness! Or would she have been upset if they had like a Harry Potter statue?
Yes.
These are
Yes, they were.
wizards. These are wizards. They're so evil, guys.
Have you seen Bible Camp yet?
I
Yeah.
haven't, but I've actually been to Bible camp, so I know what it's like, and I don't need to watch a
there's-
movie.
There's a big fat lady yelling at a bunch of kids in the 90s with mullets and rat tails about how Harry Potter is the devil and Jesus would kill him. So don't read that Harry Potter's. And it was amazing. You see these kids are like, oh, we don't read anyway. And yeah, it was great.
Of course not. They're at Bible camp.
No, yeah. Have you tried to read that book? It's boring.
I went
It's
to
fuck.
Bible camp twice, and it was a week long.
I
And
went
then
to
after
Bible
that,
camp because my
I was
parents
like,
loved me.
no. I'm like, my mom's like, "Do you want to go back to Bible camp?" No, I don't. No.
If you get rid of the word Bible in it, then probably.
Yeah.
Camp, yes. Bible camp, no.
We had separate swimming times from the boys.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh,
It was that bad. You gotta
you gotta leave room for Jesus.
we were allowed to ask people to go with us. It was like their version of a dance, but it wasn't a dance where they were going to have like Christian music playing. It was the banquet. We had a banquet event that we could ask somebody that we were interested in sitting with us at our table.
Spicy.
That was really, I know.
Oh, this story makes me want to commit suicide.
Like Christian, you can't even give them the old Christian side hug because you're in your bathing suit, and you have to have like at least 2 or 3 layers on before you can do the Christian side hug.
Oh,
So
God.
even that's out.
Every time I hear
Yeah.
Christian music, it makes me think of Hank Hill, where he says, "You're not making Christianity any better; you're just making rock and roll worse."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've been my family took me to a Petra concert. If you're not familiar with those
What the
Stone
fuck is
Cold
Petra?
groups. Exactly.
I don't
Check
know.
them out. Petra.
No.
I don't think I want
yeah.
to the way you're setting this up.
The only Christian band I can still listen to is Devil Wears Prada, and that is it.
Yes.
Do y'all remember DC Talk? That rap band, that Christian rap
No.
band, DC Talk.
I've
Oh
heard
my
of
God,
them.
that's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like
Oh,
the
that's
only one I know
depressing.
of is like this dude named Lecrae. I think I've heard of him before. I think that's Christian rap. That's
The
about
only
as far as
Christian
my
rap-
knowledge goes.
The only Christian rap I've heard, I can't tell if it's a Poe or not, is that old guy who says Jesus Christ is my blank.
Yeah,
that
I don't think.
the-
Yeah,
the
I don't know if
Christian,
that's real or not. It looks like
I
it's
think it
real.
might be. I did some research into whether or not that actual church existed, and it had a webpage. It looked
Yeah,
really
that's the only Christian rap I've ever heard.
Yeah. Check out DC.
Yeah.
In Jars of Clay, I think, were a Christian band that managed to
God.
kind of hop over to mainstream.
yes.
You know, for a little while.
They pulled a Faith Plus One.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
there's
did.
there's Alter
Do you know what Faith
Bridge,
Plus One is?
Reed.
No, I disagree. Just for the sake of
it's-
agreeing.
Do you know what Faith Plus One is? Anyone remember them? That's Eric
I don't.
Cartman's Christian band. Where he had that
Oh.
song. He was like,
oh yeah.
I I want to please you, Jesus. Feel your salvation all over my face.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I forgot about all that.
I
And-
remember that.
Talk about
It feels like
Reamce.
you're in love with Jesus. Aren't you in love with Jesus?
Lord.
If I'm not
have
doing
to
it for the right
accept him
reasons,
inside you.
let God smite me right now, and then there's Butters.
Oh god.
I may have ran over your podcast.
Oh, David McInnis. He says, "Do it like a magic coloring book. Flip through one way, it's Texas. Through the other way, porn." They're funny story. When I was going to church as a kid, we had a children's ministries where we had a Christian magician, and he had like a Jesus. It started out without the pages colored, and then he prayed and he flipped it, and it was like all the pages of Jesus were colored.
Oh, I thought he was gonna pull Jesus out of a hat.
He
That's
didn't do
disappointing.
that.
Burn
That
him.
would have been better.
He did not do that.
We had a Christian guy that used to. We had a guy who came in with like chalk and shit and would draw like a chalk picture for Easter, and we're all like, "Oh, let's see what he's drawing." But he drew the same picture that it was like a picture of him coming in. And we're like, "What the? Like, do a different picture. Why are you pigeonholing and doing the same picture all over again?" Like, this is stupid.
Man.
I was thoroughly, disappointed.
You know, I got recruited to do. I got recruited to do like the Jesus puppets, like actual like Muppets, like Muppet puppets. So I have puppeteering skills if anybody ever needs that.
You heard it here, folks. Need somebody to do puppeteering for your children's birthday?
Yes.
It's available.
Yeah, I'm available for your puppeteering needs. You know, you have to practice, and my hands were very sore from all the practicing.
Giggity.
There's a sound bite.
I forget which show I'm on.
Don't forget, Mel. This isn't your show.
Oh Lord.
All right. Well, I'm tired of looking at Satan's hands here.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Get this evil
Fuck
devil
that.
worship off our screen.
Yeah.
So
Those people ought to be ashamed of themselves.
This one's a little
Power of Christ compels you.
bit hidden. I don't know why it's doing that, but you get the main article up here.
Turkey.
Okay, come on, gotta love the ads. It
Tight.
makes it so slow. Come on.
Oh wow.
Yeah, look at them shoes.
So I have
See,
that
I'm
book.
just gonna start sending you websites, Boo, for my show
Oh, don't
instead
do
of
that to me.
screenshots.
I hate them. I absolutely hate these things. The Punisher, Marvel Comics murderous vigilante, has become a symbol for Blue Lives Matter movement, with cops posting the character's iconic skull logo on social media, T-shirts, even police cars. Now the Punisher himself has told police what he thinks of them copying his sinister insignia. Sorry.
Oh shit! Vaughn has weighed in. All right, let's do it.
In Punisher 13, on July 10th, Frank Castle is cornered in an alleyway by uniformed cops who start gushing over their idol while they realize who he is. The officers even ask him to take a selfie with Castle to share on their Punisher fan page. Tearing the skull decal off their patrol car, Castle gives the officers a beatdown and explains why they shouldn't worship him. I'll only say this once: we're not the same. You took an oath to uphold the law. You help people. I gave that up a long time ago. You don't know what I do. Nobody does. You boys need a role model. His name is Captain America, and he'd be happy to help you.
Damn. Fucking Punisher with a zinger.
Yep. Use of the Punisher logo by the Blue Lives Matter movement has long been criticized by activists and comics insiders. Even writer Jerry Conway, who created the Punisher with artists John Romita and John Romita? I don't know what that is. And Ross Andrew for the 1974's The Amazing Spider-Man number 129. He says he's disturbed by the character being embraced by law enforcement.
I'm even more disturbed by the devil utilizing Spider-Man hands. Quite frankly, maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
So there you go. Von Helton
this-
kicked an entire police force's ass for even thinking about using his logo.
In this universe, does the Punisher have teeth?
Fucking, he lives in a soundproof trailer.
And does he love Go-Gurt?
Oh,
yeah.
with
all about
with the passion of 1,000 dying suns, does that man love Go-Gurt?
Double fist some Go-Gurt.
God
Oh,
damn.
Oh man.
So,
I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom for a minute if we keep talking about that.
Vaughn, I am proud of you though. You lasted 90 minutes with me.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
last that
Oh,
long.
God.
I'll be right back.
All nephew.
alright.
Oh Lord. Goodness.
Oh, Celtic, you're here. I can tell, man. Nice to see you, buddy.
Oh shit! Did we get our thumbs down from him and his sock yet?
We did. We got our 2 thumbs down. Thank you for the
Yeah!
engagement. Love you, buddy.
Appreciate you,
Alright.
Celtic. By the way, I don't know if you
Remember-
caught this or not, Celtic, but I've changed my mind. I no longer want you to eat the dog dick. I want you to eat this one, big boy.
Oh goodness.
Your dick?
Yeah, I'm willing to
he's
sever it
offered.
and let him eat it. Like
It's
actually
probably
eat it.
Smaller.
Like so
You're gonna-
exactly.
okay.
Like we did. I don't.
Think
I
of
thought about
Vienna's.
it. I thought about. You're giving me a little too much credit there, Billy. I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Sounds kind of kinky to do some Hannibal Lecter shit. You know what I'm saying? I think
could
he'd be
get it
down for that.
That's more
You know,
Meister
you could-
than fucking Hannibal Lecter, man.
I don't know, man.
You know, if you do
But
cut
can
it
you-
off and feed it, you can still get a transplant, and if you have a really good surgeon from a dead guy. So you know.
Yeah,
You can
I
have
could get a
dead guys,
cadaver dick, and hopefully his is bigger. So it's a win-win
Yeah.
for everybody.
If I'm getting a
Oh,
cadaver
big
dick,
ol'.
I'm getting a different colored dick just to fucking throw people.
Yeah. Billy wants a big old wanger cadaver dick that's off color.
That would be dope.
Dude, wouldn't it?
That would be hilarious. And you're like, I'm black from the waist down. No, you're not. Yes, I
Wait
am.
till you see my dick.
Fucking hashtag cadaver dick, am I right?
So I have a funny story. It runs along similar lines.
Does it involve rather large
Cadaver
cadaver dicks of different colors?
Or
Well, it's
phalluses
another
in any
thing.
way.
I do want to
well,
hear
you
what the follow up to cadaver dick
Scientifically,
is.
can I use a cadaver dick of a different race?
You could, yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. I believe there have been successful penis transplants from a person, who lost theirs and then had another one.
Yeah,
I
but-
think there is. I have to double check that, but I don't see why
But-
not.
Were they different races? Like, is someone stealing our idea? No problem.
I don't. What is it? Rule 37? Is that it, or what is it? It's probably been on the
34.
internet already. 34.
Yeah.
I don't know the rules. I forget the number. Let me just look this up on my phone really quick.
Rule
Successful
number 1 is you don't
penis
talk about force. You
transplant.
don't talk about B. Rule number 2 is you don't talk about B.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what
Rule
else?
34 is if you can think of it, there's porn of it. Rule 42 is if it exists, there's probably a gender swap of it.
hmm So April
I-
2018, they've had a successful. The first one was in 2017. Penis transplant in tip-top shape after 2 years.
Tip top.
All right.
Just the
So they've had that.
Yeah.
Well, this was from the American Council on Science and Health. So, sometimes scientists like to be a bit cheeky with the way that they phrase things. But they did have the very first ever penis and scrotum transplant in April of
And
2018.
scrotum.
Yeah, all of it. Sack and,
So, Billy-
and shaft. So,
Billy,
hey.
you should like try to like change up the color of balls and dick. That'd really fuck them up.
Yeah,
So
that'd be
now
awesome.
we have the gifable opportunity of seeing Mel do this on screen.
Also, by the way, I just want to say that I'm gonna bleach Billy's wiener. I'm gonna like Michael Jackson, that motherfucker, just to fuck with his hopes and dreams. So I don't care what you do, Billy.
Can you imagine me waking up and like, it's not black? God damn you!
Can you imagine someone just hearing that, like passing by or something? Why isn't my dick black anymore?
And then they blow it in the room and see my little white ass. Like, what?
Like those conversations you hear in a bar that you only get the last bit of, and you're like, what the
Oh goodness. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, they didn't there's a video. Do you want me to send you the video, Bull? Because there's a video of the first world's first total penis and scrotum transplant. I'll send it to you on Twitter, Bull. Just for
Is it like one of those videos where like you used to see on cable television of people like getting their eyes worked on and shit? Like,
it's animated. It's on YouTube, so it's completely
animated.
legit.
It's
Animated cadaver dick. We should rename the show.
Are we doing a
Yeah,
Mel
right.
special here?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Is
a
this
deceased
okay?
donor transplanted to a veteran wounded in Afghanistan. So this was for a veteran, guys. So show some
Hey, I'm a
respect.
veteran.
Yeah.
there you go.
A cadaver dick
I
for
was-
every vet.
I wasn't wounded in combat though.
Not that kind of
Oh,
wound, though.
They
I lost my
didn't
dick
give
in
them
Nam.
testicles.
We may not.
They often cannot give the patient testicles, though. It's just the sac and the shaft.
Wait, we may not actually be a good idea to play this. It comes up.
We might not be
time.
able to show that.
It's inappropriate for some users.
Oh,
Yeah.
no cadaver dick, guys.
No cadaver
No
dick.
cadaver
Sorry,
dick.
Mel.
Sorry.
Just put the link in the chat if you want on the
Yeah,
side. And
yeah.
then you can check
If you
it out
guys-
later.
If you guys want to check this out in your free time, all the cadaver dick you could ever hope for, animated at that. So what's next? Because we've officially got onto animated cadaver dick. We have to move on.
Yes,
We are
gotta
off
move
the
on.
goddamn
It's
rail.
fine. We
I'm
need
watching
to move
that.
on.
Well, science.
Well, crazy
We
Yeah,
got a
right.
scientist on,
Yeah.
so we're gonna discuss science sometime.
Crazy people.
We'll go with that excuse.
Crazy people.